What's going on, everybody? So, this is a cool little review here because it's something that you kind of don't see in the industry. So, I believe it was last year, almost a year ago, in Can Jam. My buddy Eyal, the man that runs the water cooler headphone thread, was enamored by an IM. We were at the Noble table, wonderful Noble family was there, and he was introducing me to like a bunch of different Noble IMs, but he sat and listened to the Chronicle, and he just fell in love with it. In fact, he bought it, and I think that might have been the last or one of the last Chronicles in existence since they're limited. So, luckily this year, I was able to get a hold of a Chronicle thanks to A Screaming, one of the best amazing people in the industry, who allows me to use his collection to do reviews. And I love the Chronicle. I thought it was really neat. I like how it's tuned and how it sounds and everything. So there had been rumors for a while that Noble was going to make a not exclusive version of the Chronicle. And last month, I think it was last month or a month and a half ago, we got the announcement, and it's called the Kronos. So without much further ado, today we're going to be reviewing the Noble Kronos. All right, so the Noble Audio Kronos. It retails for $4,500. It's a quad-brid IM, so it has 2 dynamic drivers, 1 bone conducting driver, 2 E-stat drivers, and 4 balanced armature drivers. Let's get to the unboxing. So you get this beautiful blue box here. Got some information back here. Pop this front lip open, and inside you'll find this leather case. This back, very nice looking case. Zip it here. Let's see if I got this right, if I remember correctly. I'm upside down. Of course I am. And inside you will find your Kronos. You've got this nice leather pouch. Carry them around in. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cable out inside the pouch before I forget. For your protection so they don't bang each other around. Pull these out. And here are the Kronos. Now I did do a Chronicle video. You can check those out so you can see the difference. You've got the beautiful faceplate. On the Chronicle, it's completely surrounding the IM. It's the full body of the Damascus. But on this one, you have a different design, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I like the design on this one. It's kind of more subtle, but then you still get the Damascus there. So it's very nice looking. Nice solid metal build still though. The cable matches very well. So you've got the style to go along with it. Put these aside. You pull in here. This is pretty cool. Let's see if I do it correctly. But there are your tips and a cleaning. So there you have your tips, good supply of those. Then if you lift this out, you've got all your information here and a sticker, which is pretty cool. But yeah, pretty nice unboxing. All right, fit and finish time. I have to throw out there. I think Noble, compared to everyone else, does an extraordinary job on the design and the looks of their IMs. From their normal line to the prestige line, like literally, they make some of the most beautiful IMs. And the Chronicle was spectacular with the Damascus steel and the complete design everywhere. Well, the Kronos, I think, is spectacular too, because it takes that full body design, the Damascus steel design, excuse me, and puts it on the faceplate for the Kronos. And then you can see that beautiful body. So just shout out, because I have a couple more of the Nobles I'll be reviewing. And it's just spectacular how they look. Like they're really good looking IMs. All right, are they heavy? No, not heavy at all. I haven't had any fit issues with them. Been able to put them in and wear them for hours without any discomfort. The cable is a silver cable, custom cable for the Kronos. Haven't had any microphonics or weirdness with them. I forget to do this. This is one of the things I used to do a lot. But as far as getting them together and having them sit, really, really easy. So, again, fit and finish is excellent. Noble IMs are just really, really good looking. All right, let's talk about sound. So, I reviewed the Chronicle, and I really, really like the Chronicle. The Chronicle allowed me to have very bright leaning, neutral bright leaning, ethereal treble is what I call it, where it feels like you're floating. It allowed me to have that kind of treble without hurting my ears because I'm treble sensitive. And I listen to the Viking Ragnar, and I can only listen to it probably for about 5 to 10 minutes before my ears start burning. But I thought it was cool how it made things sound. Well, what I like about the Chronicle is it's a more natural sound, but you still get that ethereal, that bright, beautiful treble, but everything else is there too. So with the Kronos, so does the Kronos, like the number one question people are going to be asking is, does the Kronos give you the Chronicle vibe? Since it is supposed to be the regular version of an exclusive IM. And yes, it does. It gives you that same ethereal treble, those wonderful spread out mids with this great layering, and the nice bass along with it. It gives you all that. But there's a caveat to it. When I first got them, let them burn and listened to them, and I felt like there was a little bit something missing there. So, as I do, I'm a tinkerer. I went ahead and put a different cable on it, the Kunping from Han Sound. Bro, that's when I was hearing Chronicle sound. Like, it just opened up everything. It seemed kind of muted with the stock cable. I don't know what it was. But it seemed kind of muted where it just wasn't giving me that awesome live music sound vibe that I was used to with the Chronicle. Because that's what I loved about the Chronicle. But once I rolled my cables, boom, there it was. So what kind of sound am I describing? What I loved about the Chronicle and what I love about the Kronos is, like, if you're listening to a well-executed live album, it's like you're there wherever the venue is. It's just awesome, like Sting 3.0 or Leifei and the Hollywood Bowl, or even just acoustic music that's recorded well. It's like the guitar's right in front of you, the bass is right in front of you, the piano's right in front of you. It just has this awesome, remarkable sound, excellent resolution. Now, let's just kind of like break down the spectrum a little bit. So the bass is not going to be the booming, boom, boom, boom bass, but it's going to be awesome, neutral bass that has great texture. When it needs to kick a little bit, it'll kick a little bit. When it needs to rumble a little bit, it'll rumble a little bit. But it's not going to be like bass at a level. It's going to be more neutral sounding bass. The mids are just awesome because the way it projects the sound. The stage is deep, the stage is wide, the stage is kind of tall, and it just gives you this nice images that are separated, they're layered, like it's just great mids. Like, I love how piano sounds, tonality's good. I love how guitar sounds, there's a bite to it. Like, there's just so much goodness coming from those mids. Vocals sound nice and floaty and airy, like with some body to it. And the notes have body as well, because it's not like, not enough bass to just give notes weight, right? Their weight, there's nice, good weight to that. And then the treble. Like, it's funny because having a treble sensitivity sometimes kind of sucks, but what I've learned is I'm not so sensitive that I can't enjoy really good treble, right? And Fei Wan has really good treble. GM Grand Maestro has really good treble. And luckily I can listen to those. Storm, Storm's treble, right? But it's natural, good sounding treble. And same thing with Kronos. The treble is what I would describe as ethereal, where it's that floaty, beautiful, nice sound to it. And I've not had any problems with it. Use tracks like Polyphia, playing God, and sounds great. A lot of my other stuff sounds great on it. Menukachu, some Yellow Jackets with Kennedy playing those drums, man. Or the drums, the very dark sounding cymbals that I love from Use of Days. Sound just remarkable. So, pound for pound, I would say that, I don't know, everybody wants to do percentages and everything like that, but I feel like the Kronos is the embodiment of the Chronicle, if that makes sense. Like, if you were really being super, super nitpicky, and let's say you had the Chronicle and the Kronos, and you're going back and forth between the two. If you're being really nitpicky, you might notice differences, but if you're not being super nitpicky, it's the vibe, man, and it's completely got the vibe of it. If I was going to put a percentage, I'd say it's 95%. But I think if you were just chilling, wanted to listen to music, having that beautiful live sound, and just enjoying yourself, it's it. It works really, really well. And if you had a friend that loved his Chronicle or her Chronicle and they're not going to give it up or sell it to you, you'll be just as happy if you love that sound. If you borrowed it and you were like, man, sell this to me. No, you don't have to. And I really like this because I've said before on this channel, I hate exclusives because there's some really extraordinary IMs out there. But they only sold 50, they only sold 20, they only sold 100. They sell out quickly, they're gone. So then you're on Headfire or wherever, Hi-Fi Zero going, refresh, refresh, refresh. And you never get to enjoy that sound. So kudos to Noble for doing this, for having made an amazing freaking IM that was exclusive, but then it made a regular version for it. And it's especially at a lower price, even though it's still high, but it is what it is. So kudos to Noble for just allowing everybody else to be able to enjoy a magnificent IM that they made with the Chronicle and the Kronos. So, is the Kronos a buy? Heck yeah, if you fell in love with the Chronicle, your friend's Chronicle, or heard the Chronicle at the show, or read about the Chronicle and like, that would be my thing. Then the Kronos is excellent because, again, it allows for you to purchase something that was an exclusive, but is now a regular edition, and it sounds very, very, very good. It's an awesome IM, and for a treble-sensitive guy like me, being able to enjoy those ethereal highs is amazing. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and I will see you in the next video.